Mm. Hello, everyone. Please confirm you can hear me.
Yeah, I can.
Hello, everyone. Good morning and good afternoon. Welcome to this Azubi Africa Data Analytics Program information session. And if you'd like to advance your career in data or in technology, then you're at the right place. My name is Faith. I'm a Dean of Students here at Azubi Africa. I've been leading on the recruitment process of our programs. And yeah, I'd like to welcome you again. So before we start, we'd like to know what is Azubi Africa or who we are at Azubi Africa. So Azubi Africa is a training program that seeks to create tech talent in Africa. We do this by providing holistic trainings that prepare our trainees for jobs in technology. Please, if you can move to the next slide, Marvin, for me, I'll be very grateful. All right, so in the past 1 year, we have been able to train and certify more than 1,000 learners in both cloud and data. These learners come from more than 20 countries in Africa, including Ghana, Kenya, and Rwanda. We've partnered with Microsoft and Amazon Web Services or AWS to make this happen. So another thing to look at is how is it possible for us, or how has it been possible for us to train this big number of learners? This is because we do have a dedicated team of trainers and instructors that are more than 30 who are actually responsible for the good work that we've been doing. At Azubi Africa, we also create attractive employment opportunities for the talents that we create. And so far, we've been able to place these talents to jobs at a rate of 80%. We also collaborate with our partners, including Get Innotize and Scalework, to deliver IT projects for our global clients. So this morning, you might ask yourself, what is it that you're offering to you? I was listening to something a few days ago, and the person talked about being prepared, of which he called it not being prepared, one of the worst places one can be. Yes, most of the times you say that you can push yourself, you can do it even when you're not prepared. But the truth is, when you are prepared, being prepared gives you the confidence that you need, that boldness and the courage that you need to actually move forward and get what you need. So we are here to prepare you for a data analytics professional role, and we do this with a proven system that has dedicated people to make this happen. I'd like to introduce this team to you. And for today, we'll only be able to see two gentlemen that are part of the team that are actually leading our team to make this happen. The first one is Mr. Gideon Saki. He is a director of the Career Center at Azubi Africa. Then we will have Mr. Marvin Lomo come after that. And Marvin is the Azubi Africa Data Science Academy lead. So welcome, Gideon, and introduce yourself and take over from here. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Faith. It's a pleasure to be here once again. I'm really looking forward to sharing what we have here for you today. My name is Gideon Saki, as Faith mentioned. I'll talk a bit more about myself in detail as we progress. But first, let us find out what we have in today's info session as we look at our agenda for today. Okay, good. So in this info session, what we are really going to look at, we're going to look at career leadership by ownership, okay? And then we will also speak about the Azubi way, where we speak about the data analytics professional career opportunities that are also available to you. We also speak about career success and then success-based tuition, and also how to now begin your journey. And then we'll have Q&A as it goes. So you will also notice that there is a Q&A section, and you can already begin putting in your questions that you have there. The team would actually attend to them as we go along this presentation as well. So yes, join me, let's dive in, and let's get into this. Good. All right, so like I said, my name is Gideon Saki. Just a bit about myself. I'm the director of the Career Center here at Azubi Africa. That is mainly because I love people and I love technology. And I consider myself to be a student of leadership, right? Yes, I do have a background in IT with some experience in DevOps and automation testing, and then also software development as well. I have dabbled in several things, especially most of my years being in digital service delivery and transcription services, as you would have it. And my main mantra nowadays is that, yes, don't wait for a special day, to show your unique abilities, but be special every day and showing what you have. So every day is a unique opportunity for you to be special. And that is what I live by nowadays. So let's move on into what we say leadership by ownership. Why are we speaking about leadership by ownership? Now, you realize that 1/3 of your life is actually spent in your career, and this takes up most of your life. And even the decisions and choices that you make in this 1/3 area of your life affects the 2/3 of that part of your life. When we say leadership by ownership, we are talking about the fact that making decisions as a person based on data, especially with regard to this data analytics course, is really important. And your ability to make these crucial decisions involves you taking ownership of these things. And by taking ownership of your work, you are showing that you are actually a very confident person. It means that you are confident in your abilities to actually produce results, and that you are also committed to seeing the best possible results from this process. So when we say leadership by ownership, by you taking ownership of the decisions that you'll be making, you are expressing the qualities of what a good leader actually is. And I would actually pose the question to you is that, are you a leader? Would you consider yourself to be a leader, right? And just in case you are saying, no, I don't have 500 people follow me. No, I don't have a company. No, nobody sees me as a leader. I want to tell you today that you have the right opportunity today to become a leader, not only of your career, but also in the field. And that is exactly why we are here, to speak to you about this data analytics program, that we help you go along this career path, that you will be making the decision to choose. And then you now become a leader, not only of your life, but also in the field of the path that you will choose. All right. And as I mentioned earlier, leaders always make decisions, and there are critical and non-critical decisions. And your ability to now exercise these decisions is what makes you a true leader. So today, I urge you to engage with us. Make sure you pay rapt attention. My colleague Marvin will be joining us soon, and he'll be taking you deeper into what the data analytics program is about. I will also be speaking on what the Career Center is here to support you on. And I can assure you, you're going to enjoy the ride. So over to my colleague now. Marvin, over to you.
Thank you, Gideon. Thank you, Gideon. Again, welcome to the Data Analytics Professional Info Session. My name is Marvin. As my colleague Faith said, I'm the Data Science Academy lead here, and the Data Analytics Professional Program is one of the programs we have on offer at the Azubi Africa Data Science Academy. We are interested to see motivated persons like yourself transition into tech careers, especially data science and data analytics job roles. And if you have an interest in this, then you are at the right place. So welcome again. Move on to the next slide. Yeah, so who am I? Marvin is a very I love IT. I've worked in software development. I've worked as a data scientist for a while now. I've worked in several industries, be it the public sector, like in private, in consulting, in oil and gas as well. And my main interest is in training and development and seeing people and transition into high-paying analytic roles, right? So that's why we sat down together as a team to create the Azubi Africa Data Analytics Professional Program, because we believe strongly that to get into the tech role, especially into a data specific role, you need it's an important combination of skill sets, and that meaning that you need some domain expertise, meaning that you have to have like some interest in a particular field, in addition to having your data skill set. We see that from our experience, the two of them combined is what helps you transition successfully into a high-paying data role. So this is my main motivation, and that's the reason why we are here to talk about the Data Analytics Professional Program, that you on this call have the opportunity to combine your domain knowledge, your domain expertise with data skills and get yourself ready for a job that is high paying. Yeah, thank you. So let me tell you a bit more about the Data Analytics Professional Program. It is a 9-month program. It's not a 3-month program. It's not a 2-week program. It is a 9-month program. And I have to say from the outset that this is an intensive program, and I'll show you as we go on how this looks like. But it's an intensive 9-month program. The application deadline is it's by the 20th, but we we have the 13th and the 20th. So there's a first deadline on the 13th, and we might extend it to the 20th. So if you're here and you want to apply, please apply as soon as possible, right? Don't wait to the last minute to apply. Please apply as soon as possible. Go to our website, and I'm sure my colleagues will share the application link in the chat so that you can just go there and apply if you haven't applied already. It's a very simple application process. Now, the reason why we created this program from scratch is that we realized that there's a need, or that there's a niche of opportunities that persons with data skills have. Now, these opportunities are relevant in every industry, whether it's an HR role, whether you are in a marketing role, whether you are in a banking and financial, whether you're in a supply chain management role, whatever role you find yourself, data skills are essential. So that's the reason why we believe strongly in the data analytics professional program, that it prepares you for a job role as a data analyst, a business analyst, a data engineer, a data scientist, or a Python developer. So it's a broad spectrum of careers we want to prepare you for in the 9-month curriculum we have here. Now, at the end of the 9-month program, you earn a data analytics professional certificate from Skillwork, which is our partner organization in Germany. And it's an interesting partnership we have, where we have mentors from Skillwork mentor you in the second phase of the 9-month program to get into getting yourself ready for jobs via data science projects. And I'll show you some of these things as we go into the presentation a bit more. So yeah, please don't forget to put your questions in the chat, and like my team is monitoring the chat. So if you have any questions, just put them in there. So now the question is, who is this program for? How do you know you're a right fit for this program? So we really recognize that this program is ideally suited for people with domain expertise. So this is not for someone who is now an undergrad in first year or second year. This is for people with domain expertise. It means that you finish school, you have a specialization, you're working, ideally you have some years of experience and want to transition, or you want to add these data skills to help you get further into the job role you're currently in. So we want to say from the outset that this program is for people with some domain expertise. In addition, we have to make it very clear from the outset that it's an intensive program, and we are looking for professionals who have the time to commit to upskilling. So we understand that there are certain professionals who do not have the time, and if you do not have the time and are not ready to make up the time to upskill, then this might not be the program for you. But if you're a professional in a particular domain and you are interested in upskilling yourself, then this is the program for you. Now, if you're looking for, whether you're a professional who is looking for a change in career, or you're looking to catapult yourself into a higher level in your career with a data skill set, then this is the right program for you. So I stated here that data science skills and analytics skills are a superpower. And this superpower means that you can transform your career and you can catapult you to the next level with the relevant skills. So it's really important that we hammer at this, that you have to have domain expertise and experience on your CV to take advantage of all the all the lessons and all the tutorials and all the lessons you'll be having during the program. Thank you. So I move to the next slide, and on this slide I talk about how the program works in 2 sections. I speak about in the program there are 2 phases of the program. There's a 3-month phase and a 6-month phase. Now, in the 3-month phase, we call this a bootcamp phase, where we lay the foundational skills in the 3-month phase. What does this entail? This entails working with a curriculum that combines open source content with our Azubi content, and teach trainers at Azubi Africa, leading you through tech stacks like Excel, PowerPoint, like Excel, Power BI, Python, and databases, like normally relational databases and also like documents databases. So, and we do this through our approach of using check-ins and labs and office hours, which I will explain a bit more with the detailed infographics. Now, what this means in essence is that in the first 3 months of your 9 months with Azubi Africa, we will just be reinforcing core skill sets that a data professional should have. And this includes being apt in Excel. That's where analytics starts from. Being apt in statistics, because you need some core statistical understanding to work with data, understanding how to visualize data with Power BI, understanding how to work with Power Query and the data modeling approach in Power BI, working with databases, and then we zoom into a focus on Python for data analysis. In addition to this, we also go into a bit more of interesting Python libraries, i.e. NumPy and Pandas, and its use to work with data. So you understand why Python is much suited for data roles than Excel is, for instance, right? Then we reinforce these concepts every week by having check-ins, labs, hands-on sessions, and peer programming projects and practice labs. When you get into the program, you understand what each of these mean. But all what this means is that we emphasize 2 approaches in Azubi Africa: project-based learning and learning by doing. So all our courses are project-based, and you have to learn not by reading and watching videos and attending check-ins and labs, but you actually learn by doing and undertaking projects. And that's what we do in Azubi Africa in our programs. In addition, the second phase of the program, which is the 6-month phase, is now project-centered. And in this phase, we're not just working, we are capitalizing on the techniques and skills you build up in the first 3 months, and then get into a project phase where we work on projects with engineers from our partner Skillworks. What does this involve? This involves getting up to date Git and GitHub, a GitHub portfolio that contains relevant projects you can demonstrate to prospective employers when you're in your job search, right? You cannot learn an analytics role without a well-crafted and well-designed portfolio on your GitHub profile, right? And that's what we lead you and we help you to do. And all these skills are interwoven and with career support, right? So we work on projects, on data analysis projects, on machine learning projects. Basically, we are trying to build your programming muscles by working on projects. So that's the whole idea around the data analysis professional program: project-based learning and learning by doing. So in the second phase, it's all projects, getting you ready for your data science job, data analysis job, and also working with our career center to be telling your CVs, mock interviews, and also getting yourself out there on the market and putting applications in there and preparing yourself for your next data role, right? So this is how it looks for the 9 months. The first 3 months and the second phase being the next 6 months. Yeah. I'm sure there are lots of questions in the chat, and my team is helping me answer the questions in the chat. So thank you, team. In addition to this, we want to just give you a picture of how a learner's week will look like in a data analysis professional program. And on the screen now, you can see like how we organize sessions for learners in a week. So this is how your timetable will look like. Now, we have it in mind that you are a professional and there are certain times in the day that you might be available or more interested in working and learning in those times of the day. So we have options that you can choose from in your day. So for example, on a Monday, you have an option of choosing to have your career lab in the morning or after work in the evening. So depending on your schedule, which is more relevant to you, you select which period works for you. And in the career labs, what we do there is prepare you with career skills, right? So proactive learning, growth, communication strategies, crafting like working on your personal pitch, job set techniques. These are the things we cover in the career labs. In addition to this, on a Tuesday, for instance, we have what we call the academic check-in, where we go with a deep dive into the technical concept for the week, right? So whether it's a technical concept for the week, might be an Excel concept, might be a database concept, might be a Python concept. That's where we do a deep dive into those concepts with trainers. And also with these, you can either select a morning or an evening option depending on your schedule. Now, same happens on Thursday, and there's an optional tutorial session which happens on Wednesdays for our typical learner who might be interested in going even extra mile to see how does this relate to a scenario I might have faced at work. So we do more technical deep dives in optional tutorials on a Wednesday. Again, this all depending on your schedule. And this tutorial is optional. You can opt in or opt out, all up to you. Then on a Friday, we do what we call a lab session, where instead of after you've gone through the self-study material, you attended the labs, you attended the technical deep dive concept with the academy, and maybe the option tutorial, we have an instructor-led tutorial or a peer project tutorial. In these tutorials, what we do here is that we give learners in the program a scenario, provide them with steps to follow or guided projects to work on. So there are steps you follow to achieve the final result, just to make sure that you are doing the work and not just learning. Now, again, we emphasize learning by doing. Now, as I said, this program is an intensive program, but we have options available for professionals. What we ask is that depending on your skill level and depending on how apt you are in math and statistics, and depending on your background, we estimate that you need to dedicate between 15 to 20 hours in a week in this program for you to be successful. So what this means that at least in 3 hours, like at least 4 hours a day, or 3 hours a day averagely to cover material and do some self-study on your own. Again, you have to be motivated to get into the program, and that's what we are going through. We are trying to let you understand what it takes to succeed in the DAP program. So we advise that depending on your exposure to some of these tech stacks, you need to dedicate between 15 and 20 hours a week to be successful in this program. I will share a couple of success stories. Then we've had this the fourth course we are running, and our first cohorts are currently in the accelerator phase, and we have a couple of very, very interesting success stories, and some of these are found on our website, so you can just refer to them, or you can just let us know if you want to get in touch with our success stories. Always available to talk to you about our programs and how job relevant our programs are. So I just like to reiterate some concepts here, that our programs are project-based. We learn by doing. I suggest that you take a deep introspection and ask yourself, do you have the time to dedicate to upskilling? If you do, and you can make the time, then this is the program for you. We center on merging technical skills with career development skills to prepare you for the next role, your next job role in data. And we do this by concentrating on the technical stack, working with our careers department through our career labs, our career days, our Azubi community talks, mentorship events, and dedicated career success managers who are dedicated to you to ensure your success, and working on Azubi community talks and events, working on interview prep and mock interviews. So there's a there's an interesting place for people who are motivated to work on their own portfolio to get a relevant job role. So please, it's ideal for you if you are interested to apply for our DAP program. And if you have any questions, please put this in the chat and get we look forward to having you in our program. And please, thank you very much. And I will stop talking now, and I'll hand it over back to Gideon. And I'm sure Gideon will share his screen and now take it over from here. So Gideon, thank you very much. If you are here, yep, thank you.
Okay. Leader should be on in a few minutes. Awesome. Okay. So Marvin, thank you very much for sharing that with us. Marvin spoke about some of the activities we do here at the Career Center. And I just wanted to reiterate on them whilst my screen loads. My production manager will be able to do that for me. So this is what I'd like us to also understand concerning Azubi Africa and the Career Center. What we do here is largely to make sure you get a holistic development, right? A holistic development. It is not enough to just gain the technical skills and not know how to, act in the job. It is not enough to gain the technical skills and not know how to apply for a job or how to land the job, right? It's one thing having skills, but it's another thing being able to use those skills to the benefit of your employer or to the benefit of even yourself, all right? So this is important, and that you also understand why we do that. And in this setting, it is the reason why we have our career days, our career labs. Our career labs are essentially sessions that we have with our learners, and their desire or the outcome that we seek to achieve is to make sure we inculcate our core values. And we have these core values essentially through the activities that we engage in, right? And these activities consist of both, non-technical professional skills, plus the technical skills which you actually be working on, the project works you be working on. And it is the combination of this thing that makes you a holistic professional. Okay, so just wanted you to understand all of these, and then we'll go into the deeper parts of our presentation for today. So in just a minute, we should have what we call success-based tuition up. And I should be able to speak to that in a minute. Okay. All right. Good. So now we will be looking at how do you fund your journey? How do you fund your journey? How do you fund your journey? It is really important to understand how you fund this journey. Unfortunately or fortunately, we are not like many other programs. I'll look at it more from the fortunate side, okay, where you have to pay upfront before you do anything, okay? We are not like that. And by taking you through these slides, I would want you to come to an understanding of our culture and of our values and what drives us to do what we do. So we move on. Okay, so here at Azubi, we have this culture of saying that indeed all that we do, we are in this together. We are in this together. And we say this by making you understand that we do have a community that actually supports this. And by you becoming a part of this community, you are deciding to be part of shared responsibility in this community. And this is what we talk about by saying that what we are in this together. Now, you will see here a symbol from Ghana. If you are not from Ghana, it is an Adinkra symbol that really expresses the very essence of the values that we hold dear. And in the next slide, you will see that indeed this symbol is something that really showcases what we want to achieve as a team. And it will essentially be the symbol of two conjoined crocodiles. And it is a mouthful, okay? So don't bother about not being able to, pronounce it, all right? Don't bother about not being able to pronounce it. It is a mouthful. And these two conjoined crocodiles are called Funtum Funefu Denchem Funefu. Funtum Funefu Denchem Funefu. If you are not from Ghana, don't worry about being able to pronounce it. It is okay if you just understand what it means. And they are conjoined crocodiles, and it's called an Adinkra symbol because it represents people from the Akan tribe who see this as we have joint destinies, we have joint fates. And as such, if anything happens to me and it's good, it happens to all of us. If it's something bad, it affects all of us. And that is essentially what we are saying by how we decide to actually fund the program. So just to let you know, we are in this together, and it is for the benefit of people that we also organize these programs. So we move on what success-based tuition is. Success-based tuition. So essentially, financing your education, we have what we call an income-based repayment. Okay, we have what we call an income-based repayment. And this is really to help you do fair financing and also have equal access to education, and then also to be part of the united community. All right. Now, what do we mean by fair financing? We mean that means that the repayment from your success-based tuition is only about 15% of your monthly income. Okay, so you can actually start your career without any additional or financial pressure. All right. Now, equal access to education, because this program is fully online, it allows even persons with disabilities, and it reduces a lot of the barriers that we would initially face if we wanted to join certain programs. Azubi is known for its inclusive nature, and this is even ingrained in our core values. And that is why we have our fourth core value as respect, meaning that we respect people irrespective of their disabilities, race, gender, and or religion. Now, you deciding to be part of this program and being selected for the program means that you are actually being able to take responsibility, go through the program, succeed, and then guarantee the future for other people who come through the program. Okay, and how do you actually do that? You're wondering, how do you do that? Now, the key thing for us here is that your program is pre-funded. So your tuition cost is pre-funded, and it is meant to give you the necessary motivation for you to succeed. So then your tuition becomes what? Success-based. All right. So based on this success, you begin to now pay back the total cost of the program, which would be the tuition fees. So we give you a head start, and you are able to go through the program, acquire the various skills. We also teach you the necessary skills to use in order to get into a job, and then also provide certain opportunities or expose you to opportunities that will help you get into a job. Now, when you land the job, you are able to now start paying. In the case whereby you are already working, you are able to start paying immediately or during the term defined by the contract. And that is why we say that we are all in this together. And for you to do that, you will now make the program sustainable, and it will be beneficial to other generations who will follow next. Now, one of the things we'll say is that, how does this now work? What if I abscond? What if I, what if I don't want to, pay back? That kind of thing. So for us, we put in place what we call a guarantor. Okay, so for you to be on the program, you need who we call a guarantor, and we call it the guarantor factor. Okay, so what does being a guarantor mean? Now, the guarantor essentially is someone who can actually vouch for you and say that, hey, I understand this person wants to join the program. I'm willing to say that they are people of good repute and they are willing to commit to this to succeed so that they can make the program more sustainable. In the event anything goes wrong, worst case scenario, you can still reach out to me for any subsequent payments that need to be made. And that is who the guarantor will be. And we believe in trust-based support. So you should, as an individual, have integrity to have someone who believes in you, knowing that you are able to commit to this program, commit the time needed, commit the effort needed, be able to proactively communicate and let us know how we can also help you succeed throughout this program. Now, who then can be your guarantor? Well, almost anyone can be your guarantor. Of course, we are looking at a parent, a spouse, a friend, a relative, etc. But we want them to be a minimum of 21 years because they should have enough financial stability and because they will be legally responsible for repayment as well. Okay. And what essentially is required of the guarantor. Now, our team will verify from your guarantor as to whether they have consented to the contracts, which we will be sharing with you in the event that you are selected for the program. Okay. Now, how do you now go ahead and then apply for the program? So this is how you begin your journey. All right. First, you can go to our website, which will be shared with you also in our Q&A section. You should have the link there. Just sign up on our application portal. It is very, very simple and easy. And all you need to do is to watch those 3 videos there. These tell you how the program is, what the importance of the program is, the career opportunities of partaking in the program. And then your next step would be to upload your CV. We would like to know if you would be the right fit for this program. Also, would like to know if this is something you seek to pursue even in your career path that you have chosen. And we have a little assessment that is there. Don't be too scared of the assessment. We also have a course that allows you to prepare for the assessment. Okay, it is a short course on Python programming. And for anyone who is interested in data analytics, you cannot do without Python. All right, so this is all available on our application portal. And once you do it, you are able to join info sessions such as these to get more insights about the program. And then we kickstart in the next couple of weeks that the program should begin. So these are how you can immediately kickstart your journey. At this point, we would definitely open it up for the questions. We will look into our Q&A and then be able to tackle all the questions that you will actually have. So thank you for your time. You can begin putting in all your questions, and then we are happy to actually support you in there. So let us look in the Q&A and see if we can answer most of the questions there. All right. Okay. So I see our team has also answered most of the questions. I see the first one by Victor Obado. And I mean, Victor did mention his credentials. And I think one of the things that Marvin mentioned, which I believe did answer your question, is the fact that you need to have some domain experience. All right. Domain experience. You don't need to be too advanced, otherwise then you don't need it. But domain experience in the sense that you actually have an understanding of the field you're entering into and have an understanding of the basic concepts that you want to deal with. So this is exactly the program for you, is what I would say to Victor. And I gave you a thumbs up there for also sharing that. So Ronald says, how does the data analyst program help in transiting to data engineering? Now, as part of data engineering, obviously, there is the need for data analysis. All right. So it gives you the perfect channel to be able to, pivot into that. And as part of the career opportunities that data analytics provide, indeed being in the data engineering field, amongst others, is something which really helps you as an individual if you take on this course. So indeed, it is a good place to actually pivot on if you are looking to transit into data engineering. Then we have Frank. Okay, so I think Faith has answered Frank's question. What impact does the assessment? Yes, exactly. Good. Wonderful. Then I don't know if it's Emma or Ima, okay, from Swaziland. All right. Says, is it a requirement to have IT or computer science related experience for one to enroll on this course? So this is what we mentioned, that indeed it helps if you have some domain experience. All right. And it helps if you've already started trying to learn something about this field. The reason being that it will take more effort from you if you are an absolute newbie. What I mean by absolute newbie is that it wouldn't even be possible for you to be using this computer at the moment, okay, or even your phone at the moment, right? But essentially that wouldn't help you, and it will make your journey very difficult, and you may not be able to keep up with the pace, right? However, the program is meant to bring you up from a basic level to an advanced level, to our methodologies, the structured way in which we approach things. And that's why you see that even in our timetable, it is a combination of holistic engagements, right? Where you are having engagements with the career team, you are having engagements with your faculty team, and then you also have some lab sessions where, these are instructor-led, just to help you catch on. And then there are the recommended activities that we have for you, that, hey, make sure you study this number of hours, dedicate this number of hours, and this is what will make you successful in the program. So yes, you do need at least some basic skills in here. And in the event you don't have, it is always good to begin upskilling, begin and getting content. There's a lot of free content concerning this that you can get. But these contents obviously do not get you in depth and do not teach you how to actually use the tools as they have it, right? Now, I see Maxwell as well. Okay, so Maxwell says, except Excel and Tableau, and that is a good start, okay? And Azubi Africa will definitely help you to progress further and upskill further in this capacity, all right? So I believe Marvin mentioned the various tech stacks that we'll be using, amongst others. And this is definitely to help you along this journey. So no worries, Azubi Africa will definitely help you. Yes. So Anonymous says, what about job opportunities after the program? So the program mainly equips you with the necessary skills for these job opportunities in the field, right? Marvin mentioned the various career opportunities that are available for anyone who takes on this course. In tandem with the Career Center team, we also have our career placement unit that allows us to understand what the market needs are and to better prepare candidates for some of the open job roles out there in the market. We will take you through a systematic process where, based on your ability to take responsibility for your journey, we are able to expose you to the right opportunities for you to land that job. It is the reason why we have our career labs, our career days, which also can be termed our career fairs, where we bring industry players together, and you can also get to meet employers who are ready to employ. We do have partners as well who also bring job opportunities our way, and we make sure we always get our engaged learners to also partake in some of these opportunities. We also ensure that you as an individual need to take responsibility, meaning that you need to take ownership, become a leader first and foremost for your career development, and then also in the field which you have chosen, in this case, data analytics, okay? So that is why we urge you, and the team will be there to cheer you on. In the event you land an interview, you will need to do the interview yourself. In the event we even share open positions, you will need to apply yourself. We will teach you all of these things, help you optimize your CV, your LinkedIn profiles, all of these resume optimizing techniques, all of these things you will be taken through. Plus, you'll also have a dedicated one-on-one coach to help you along your job search journey. So we provide all of these services for you throughout this program. But one thing we keep on saying is that engagement is key. So in the event you're selected for the program, you will need to make sure you are highly engaged in the program. Okay. I think, yes. All right. So I think Faith has answered that. Can an applicant be considered irrespective of their performance in the assessment? Okay. Well, we look at other areas as well. We obviously look at your CV. However, it will also depend on the level of performance on the assessment. The assessment is there for a reason. Now, let me tell you what the assessment does. We have provided a mini course for you to study. On the program itself, you have various materials that you'll be studying. Now, your ability to even do this short mini course is already an indication of your willingness to also perform better on the program. All right. So it is definitely a measure. It is definitely something we consider. It is a measure amongst others, and it is not the only thing. So I would advise everybody to just go ahead, go through the course, the short Python course, and then use it to, try out the assessment and then give it your best shot. All right. Yes. Okay. All right. So the application link has also been shared there. Okay, so Peter says he has taken the assessment and yet can't find a way to apply. Peter, if you have taken the assessment, you are already in the application process. Okay, so make sure that you have gone to the portion that allows you to upload your CV. Make sure you've uploaded your CV. Your details would already be captured in our database, and the team will respond to you on your selection status or not. All right. At this point in time, I think we have. Okay, let me see if we have another set of questions there. I want to know if this program is for me. Yes, someone says he studied biochem and already upskilling in IT. All right, exactly. Anonymous, this is exactly the program for you. We do not only want to say it, but we also want to showcase it to you such that you are able to make that decision that this is where you want to go. And this is the career opportunities that you want to pursue. And by all means, this would be the right program for you. All right. Okay. Another one says, my background is accounting and my current role is a performance analyst. I usually use Excel to do analysis and have no skill on any other data. All right. Certainly. Wishing you the best. All right. Wishing you the best in your journey. We are here to support you. Okay. All right. When do you know your admission status? Yes. All right. So our selections actually start from the 20th, and is the reason why Marvin mentioned that even though we have applications open till then, the moment we hit capacity, we will definitely close applications. So make sure you apply and do everything before the 13th. By a week's time, after the 13th, you should receive a notice via email, and make sure that the email you provided is the right email address or your most frequently used email, because it is those same details that will be sent to that email address. Okay, so that is something that I would encourage you to also do. All right. Yes, try as much as possible to make sure you go through the Python course, and in the event you feel you didn't do pretty well on the assessment, try your hands on it again. Let's see if you're able to get it the next time. Okay, so yes, you can go ahead and see if you are able to redo the assessment. All right. How long is the 15% fee deducted in the event of getting a job? Is there a cap for the fee fund? Yes. So in terms of the total cost of the program, you see all those details also on the website. For this program is $1,000 €890, right? And this is spread across a period of 3 years. All right, spread across a period of 3 years. However, we also have flexible payment options for everybody who is given a success-based tuition. And it comes in 3 levels. And we are able to go deeper into this even as we progress on the program. Next week, we will have another session where you can actually come into the session and then ask deeper questions, even pertaining to what our contracts look like, pertaining to the various payment models, and we are able to answer all of them as well for you in that session. But you will get all the details also on our website as well. Okay. Yeah. Let me see if I have. Okay, so I think I've answered all those questions. I would want to get a cue for my production team if we are set, and then we will go off if there are no questions and at this moment. But we encourage everybody to go ahead and then apply and make sure you are part of this exciting course. It's a career changer. And if you really want to go along a different path to make a difference and to also boost your confidence, even in your skills and abilities, this is definitely the program for you. So without much ado, wishing you all the best. Hoping to also see you in our FAQ session where we get to then interact. Then you'll be able to turn on your videos, turn on your mics, and we'll be able to speak to each other as well. So thank you all, and do enjoy the rest of your day. We will be out now.